So last week, Monster Hunter World got a 23-minute gameplay video. And this is Mo's most excited, anticipated game from E3 was Monster Hunter World. And it is available on PS4 and Xbox One in early 2018. And Mo, are you getting an Xbox One X to play Monster Hunter World?
No. I'm sorry. I repeat, no.
But play it in 4K, though.
I don't give a fuck.
Play it in 4K.
But I have PlayStation 4.
The best version.
I don't care about that. In that game, it's gameplay for me.
But the best version. All third-party best versions are going to be on Xbox One X.
I'm not spending $500 to play a $60 game.
And 99% of gamers aren't either. So yeah, we're with you. We're with you. That is correct. Monster Hunter World, Mo, what was your take for the gameplay video? I know you're very excited. This is my first time ever watching anything Monster Hunter. I want to get your impressions first.
So I enjoyed that they showed how the world is in Monster Hunter. It's a little bit more open world this time around, as where the sections are. Back in the previous Monster Hunters, basically you had to start in a camp, and then if you picked up a quest where it had to get you to a certain particular area, then it would just be between that camp and that particular area. You didn't have like the. That's why they're calling it world, because it's kind of like open world a little bit. And I thought that was pretty awesome. The one thing that I have to applaud in that 22 whatever 23 minute trailer was that they showed that I can't even count now.
Minutes.
Yeah, I can't even count now.
Everything's 23 minutes now.
Somehow at the end, Mo had lost 2 hours.
Yeah. It was a 2-hour demo. 2-hour gameplay demo of Monster Hunter. That was only 23 minutes long. There's 2 hours somewhere, somehow.
They showed how if you're hunting a particular monster, that everything actually has can kind of cut you off in the tracks. Because the one thing that I remember in the first Monster Hunter, and the very first one in PlayStation 2, was that there was this particular dragon that you had to fight, and I forgot its name. And it was one of the hardest bosses to fight in the first area. But you had to be like a super... You had to have your level and your armor already set. So when you started that fight, this dragon can land just about anywhere on the map, right? So sometimes the fight wouldn't always go the same way. Sometimes he would go to a particular swamp area and then make it towards up this hill. Well, up this hill, there's a shit ton of velociraptors. And these velociraptors, they focus on both you and the dragon. And they fight both of you like as a pack. So these things can happen where they're unexpected. You don't know until you start getting in there and start researching.
That's what happens in the gameplay, where the monster is attacked by other monsters.
That big iguana thing that swallows the other dinosaur full. Like, that type of stuff.
And the dragon at the end.
Yeah, the dragon at the end. So that stuff is all unexpected. That stuff can happen at any point in time. It can happen and it can't happen. It's very, it's random. It's something that you will never know until you actually get in there and start doing the quest and the hunting. So that's one of the mechanics that I really enjoy out of Monster Hunter. It's always been like that. There's always something that can deter you away from that monster and kind of, feel like you're getting kind of sidetracked, but you got to keep focused, basically. And then that Velociraptor fight was intense because you're fighting all these fucking Velociraptors plus the dragon, and then the dragon is fighting you and the Velociraptors. It's pretty intense, but I like what they showed. I know there's a few, fine tuning that they have to do, but
because they said it was in-game footage in early 2018.
Early, yeah.
What changes? Actually, no. First of all, so the gameplay demo is one hunt. So it starts off you hunting one of the monsters, and it's the full fight. It's about a 15, 16-minute fight.
Yeah.
Shows like the first 3 quarters, then you go back to your camp and then fight it again. The one thing I did love about it was, and this is my first time ever experiencing anything or watching anything Monster Hunter.
Uh-huh.
I just know Mo has loved the series. He was very excited.
Yeah.
Coming out on PS4 and Xbox One.
And PC later on in the year.
PC later on in the year. Just to get an idea what the hell...
Is it on the Switch?
I don't know. No, but WWE 2K18 is.
That wasn't an opening, but I knew you were
Third party. There we go. Announce. Third party support. We're getting it. for the Switch.
Yeah, all that meant was I'm not going to get it on any system. If it can run on the Switch, I don't want it on the Switch. And I didn't get 17 either.
But on the Switch, you can only do one-on-one and tag team. That's it. All the other features are. It can only handle one-on-one.
Is that what it said?
No, I'm joking.
Royal Rumble only has 4 guys in it.
Well, it's Super Nintendo. Yeah,
Iron Man match can only go 7 minutes. Not because there's a constraint, because the battery wears out.
Yeah, the battery tie. Yeah. Even a Rumble. Yeah, it can only handle 7-minute Rumbles. Come on now.
There's a taunt, but it's always drowned out by the person in the park watching you playing it on a Switch. Hey, you loser! Why you playing on a Switch? Anyways.
Back to Monster Hunter. What I did like, and you kind of answered it already, was how alive the world was.
Yeah.
Going through, like, that monster swallowed the entire, like, dinosaur whole.
Yeah.
And then went back and actually fed it to its young.
Yeah.
It spit it out.
Yeah.
Some of the parts and fed it to its young. That I thought was actually really cool.
And those little creatures, they're fucking assholes. Like, once they all start tag teaming you, it's just the worst fucking thing ever.
Okay, phrasing like 4 times over. What the fuck's with you guys?
Well, I thought I'd throw it in there since you guys were talking about 2K.
Take it back to their hole and they're fucking assholes and Jesus.
Did the other previous Monster Hunters have that weapon wheel? Not weapon, looked like a potion wheel off to the right.
Yes. Yeah. It was a little bit, it didn't look as complex as the one that I saw on there. But again, there's a lot of fine tuning they have to do, and that may change from here until 2018. But yeah, they did have a wheel like that. I wish they showcased a little bit more of the weapons, because there's a shit ton of different weapons that you can specialize in.
They showed 2 weapons, right? That big ass fucking sword and then the gun.
Yeah, the
TriCaster,
or whatever they call it. I call it TriCaster because it looks like one. But
I don't know what that is.
From Horizon.
Oh, okay.
Tripcaster or whatever it's called. Yeah, that thing.
Speaking my language, okay.
Yeah.
I hear you now.
Yeah, but it's a big crossbow, and you can change like the different ammunitions and everything. I was never one for the huge bow guns. I didn't like them. I was the sword and shield guy, a lot faster strikes and to cut stuff off, particularly off the monsters. But I wish they showed more of the weapons. It's cool that they started off with the big sword though.
Yeah, didn't they have like a big lance before too?
Yeah, the lance and the big shield. Yeah, where you can kind of keep it in check.
But they used to have like 4-player co-op, didn't they?
Yeah.
On PS2 or something?
Yeah, it was always 4-player co-op.
How long have the games usually been? Are they longer games? Or is it just you hunt 15, or how has the past been?
They're pretty lengthy. And you have the secret boss monsters. So the thing is, when you played single player, you didn't get some of the other secretive like monsters that they throw in there. When you went online, they would starting back in PlayStation 2, they would actually update the PlayStation 2 version, and they would have events online where, okay, this is the top hunt of today. This is a secret only dragon that has not been seen. Go hunt this, and you're gonna get like special shinobi armor and stuff like that. So, because once you hunt them, you carve out the pieces like they did at the end of that trailer or that demo. That's where you start creating all these like crazy armors, and it just looks awesome. And weapons too. They can affect your weapons because you get to start making new ones.
And it's very realistic. Those weapons were huge.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that you move slow. That was a concern of mine. You might be a little too slow for video game.
Like I said, it depends on the weapon. Because if you're using the dual wielding swords, you're fast as shit. Or like the shield and sword, you're fast. You're not as slow as the sword. So the hammer, another weapon that was, it had its speeds and its faults. Like you could be slow trying to swing, but once you do power, much more damage. Exactly.
Which makes sense. That sword was as big as your entire body.
Yeah.
That you'd move slow. So
and
and your
Fantasy?
stamina.
No.
But
what about the graphics? Were you a little concerned about the graphics? They didn't look.
Not at all. Like
great.
for me, it was
in 4K.
Yeah, not even in 4K.
For me, like in reality, Monster Hunter's always been about more gameplay and the fun aspect of hunting these huge ass dragons with your friends. That's where the replayability is. The fact that they update it constantly with new monsters, so you don't get tired of it. There's an update just about every week or event every other 2 weeks. That's what sells that
What's
game.
an event?
So, like I was saying, they have the special monster
Okay.
that they focus in and they add on just for you and your friends to hunt. It takes sometimes a couple times to hunt it, and like I said, it changes. Where he'll like say this particular dragon starts out in a cave, he may come out of the cave and then start fighting you on land in the open air, and his whole tactics just completely change because he's no longer in the cave. So those type of events where they start throwing in random like dragons that they just came up with for that week or 2 weeks or whatever for the month, once you start carving out and you start putting in the work for onto that monster, then you end up with like unique epic gear and also epic weapons, and that's the constant change. It's just constant changing, putting it in different areas. The way that the monster reacts to you, completely different. all
Yeah,
the time.
it ran off. You can cut its tail off.
Yeah.
And then you went back to your like your village or your place, like in the middle of the fight.
Yeah, to rest
regroup
up.
yeah, to rest up.
Yeah.
Then you got the gun brought back. You can use the environments. I thought that was really cool. Of one of the environments, a cave kind of opened up. In
Yeah.
the world, you can actually have the part of the tree actually fall on top of the monster.
Yes, because you could set up traps preemptively, or you could do it as you're fighting.
Oh, move him into him.
Yeah.
I thought that was actually very cool. Is it just like going for hunts? Is there a story? Been to it?
There is a story. It's never been like, it's not like a long crazy story.
It's not in depth. It's
Yeah.
not role playing.
It's all about the gameplay.
The last one that I played was about 20 hours long on the story. It was just about hunting the ultimate monster, and then
There's no character development though.
yeah, because you make your own characters.
Yeah.
It's basically you customize and do whatever you
Upgrades.
Yeah, there's no story. You're
Get
not
the
saving a
legend
princess.
weapons.
You're not destroying some MacGuffin,
Yeah.
world-destroying.
Saving the
weapon.
princess for the 100th
They
time.
did have a few things where, if you played any of those games where you start in a little with nothing basically, and you go in from this camp and you start saving people, and they're like that they're in the middle or something that they tell you, we got this quest for you to go save this elder, and you go and save him. Then he starts like opening up different shops for you. So there's stuff like that, but it's not like a complete like crazy epic story. They did have a storyline, but like I said, it's just going hunting after the ultimate dragon, and then you finally jump online and realize that there's stronger dragons than that dragon.
Because that dragon at the end, like, took out the monster.
Yeah,
and
it
fought
didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, that was actually
Yeah.
very cool. And other monsters too. The one that's why, exactly like you said, came in and fought like throughout the big battle. And it's all in like there's like 4 different locations during the fight because it ran off, and you go to.
That's what I was saying. It's
Yeah.
like it looks like it's opened up a lot more than for what I've seen in the past. So that's was pretty interesting to me.
You got trapped into the tree as well. With the leaves.
with the leaves things, and they just got trapped. Yeah, jump on the back. The one few things that I've seen that I've never seen was the what was it that
the grapple.
yeah, grappling hook.
That wasn't in the
I've
previous
never
games?
seen that. No.
I thought that was cool.
That was pretty awesome. The way that you get carried off back to camp 2 with it, pretty cool.
You said there's like a pterodactyl or something, right?
Yeah, that kind of like assists you basically.
So did I don't know if I remember right? Did you get kicked? You were on it. The monster's bag got kicked off it. Used the grapple to bring it back.
Yeah.
On the back.
So he slammed against the wall. He basically kind of dazed you, but in the slamming, because he had all that armor for it, he basically attached right back to it to get back onto the mount, basically to start striking. And they showed some really important stuff because cutting off of the tail is really important because that's where you get a lot of the good weapons and rare weapons and items. I don't know if that's a spoiler or not, but that's just a helpful tip for everybody. I mean, cutting off the tail.
It's ruined. It's ruined now.
Why? It's hard. It's not the
Ruined
easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but, they didn't show the like when you die. They didn't show the penalties. So I don't know if those are going to change at all.
What were they before?
Basically, if you're in the middle of a quest, just like you started that quest, and say you die in the middle, you get returned to camp. Like that little cat that's following you, he helps you return to camp, and then basically the bonuses drop, like the money bonus. So they start getting cut, and if you die 3 times, then you have to restart the quest altogether.
Are they timed as well in the previous? Because this one, it was timed. You
They're-
have a certain amount of time where you have to kill
They're
a
timed,
monster.
but they give you enough time. It's
Okay.
it's lengthy.
Because in this demo, he had less than 5 minutes.
No, but it's
left.
like Capcom. It's for the score, and the higher the score,
Yeah.
the better the loot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what they did, but it's very. I don't know. I always found enough time to finish a monster. I normally never really died.
Aren't you fucking special?
No, well, you always had the three. I always teamed up with people, which makes it a lot easier.
Oh, you got friends?
Yeah,
You're fucking special. No, I agree.
Playing solo by myself.
No comment.
Yeah.
Just let that sit.
At least I can count.
To the Spanish, it doesn't count. Or I guess it does count, but it's not applicable.
Fuck you guys.
So, what makes you so attracted to the Monster Hunter series?
You know, it was a good community. There wasn't a lot of when I was playing. There wasn't a lot of toxic players, for what I can say. Everybody was focused on teamwork. They would ask you what weapons are you going to use, what do you specialize in? Because there's weapons I did not like, and same with them. And if once they found out, like, oh, you guys can do a lot of good stuff, or if you're going to use two of the same weapons, then that communication was pretty awesome to me. It was mostly the co-op. That's what attracted me a lot, you know, because from what I remember, there was no versus. It was all co-op,
Yeah.
4-player co-op. That's all.
I think that'd be a lot of fun. Just getting. What was the max that you set up to 4 players?
4 players, yeah.
That'd be fun to get 4 players, tackle down this.
Yeah.
They all have
Big
different
monster.
roles, though.
Yeah, everybody has
Yeah.
a different role. Like what he was saying, there was one with the lance, the huge ass shield and lance, and what that weapon could do was keep that monster in check. So the monster would be like, "You're poking me with this fucking lance. It's starting to get annoying. I'm going to focus on you." But he could take the damage because he has this huge fucking weapon. He wasn't fast at all, but while he's focused on them, I can go for the tail and go cut it off.
Yeah.
So everybody can loot off of
Yeah,
it.
the Lancer's like the tank. So.
Yeah,
You
pretty
don't
much.
get annoyed when I poke you, right?
That. Who's counting?
I'm counting. Might not be accurate.
Pokes you for 2 hours.
Yeah.
23 minutes, asshole! It's in the deposition!
Gonna have to ask Sarah about this.
There was 4 times that I poked you for 23 minutes, which is over 2 hours of poking. That is correct. That is very accurate.
Is that what happened on your honeymoon with Sarah?
Yeah.
There's no way you lasted 23 minutes.
It didn't even last through the opening credits. The poking was done. Oh, crap. I saw the executive producer, and that I just finished right there. The name, like, oh, Steven Spielberg. Oh, and that was it. And it said, executive producer. Transformers. Always gets me every time.
Wow.
Yeah, then Michael Bay is always the dessert. That's the... I get hurt again. Because Transformers The Last Night was incredible. Correct, Rich?
Wait, that's when you guys saw it? It was last night?
Oh, no, we saw it.
Yeah, on my birthday we went to go see it.
Yeah.
Sorry, brother.
Yeah.
Is that what drove you to drink?
No, but it made sure I continued.
And that is our take for Monster Hunter World, the 23-minute gameplay video. We'll have more news. Again, Mo's very excited, if you cannot tell. I'm a little intrigued a bit. Again, I didn't know anything. Wanted to give it a chance, watch it. It might be something that'll go co-op. If you get on Xbox One. If you go co-op.
Heather and I are doing PS4.
I'll probably be there with you on PS4.
Alright.
Yeah.
We could
Oh,
do it.
joiner. I know you wanted that. Fucking liar.
Yeah.
Jesus. Like right to our faces.
Well, I wanted a friend to play with.
I'm not getting into your blog again. God damn it. You and your fucking Craigslist postings.
Just want a friend to play with, that's all. Just play with me.
Backpage.com/
Please let us know in the comments below what your thoughts and feelings were for the Monster Hunter World gameplay video.